Hallelujah. I was the youngest among them, that is, with all humility. I was the teacher. We had evangelists, we had prophets, we had all kinds. So if you check, you will see this 12 men. I was a teacher. And I was not as strong as anyone. Among these men was a particular brother that taught me how to fast. He was the king of dry fasting. I don't have time to take us through the Cairns. He was the king of dry fasting. He goes for 21 days dry fasting before every season. Yes. So he comes back to school 21 days before resumption and he goes dry. At 12 midnight he will remove his sandals and walk around. I'm talking about, I was just the teacher. Those guys were strong men. You will not understand what I'm saying. The strike that you will be experiencing has changed things. You stay home too long and come back fat. Hallelujah. That guy was strong. It was him that called me one day and said, for many years he has been fasting dry, but God has told him that the measure of power in his spirit is minimal. That God has not given him power. I mean miracles. No, he said that if the Lord had given him an ounce of it, it would have manifested. But he wants to tell me that what he sought and the Lord did not give him, he gave me. But I need to learn how to fast. He taught me how to fast. He was the one that told me that any kind of pressure you experience, go 3 days, you can turn the hand of darkness. 3 days dry. He said he is dry. He was teaching me a mastery. You see, this is building capacity. When you do the things we are saying, many people will look at you and think you are mad. They will think somebody cursed you. You know, my roommate, they used to bring ladies to the room and then say I should excuse them. They used to do that. And then one day, I was having my bath and one of my roommates came to check because he said, I'm impotent. He concluded, I don't know which equipment he used to come to that conclusion. He said that meanwhile we were striving for the mastery. We earned so many different kinds of names. Like I was saying, we were 12. And he taught me how to fast. And then I began to fast. I began to pray. He said, see. No. Your life will have to change if you move in power. He said, look for a place. Go and find a spot where you go to every night. I was on the first campus. He was on the second. Indeed, he was the Lord of the second campus. He had mapped the place. And there was nothing planted there that could bring that man down. Nothing. He taught me how to fast. Then I found my own place. And I built my altar. He said, make it a routine. It will help your mind. Go to that place. Every night. Go to that place. And I believed it. And I began to structure my life for something heavy. I believed his lecture. But obviously when he left campus, he stopped believing what he taught. Because many years later when I met him, he had children out of wedlock. Because when you refuse to go the way of mastery, you will live another destiny. You know, when Pastor was saying build altars, most of you think you have a choice. But Paul in this scripture says, if you refuse to go the way of building mastery, it is likely that after you have preached to others, that you yourself will become a castaway. And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, and was in the desert. There were so many places that this guy could be, but he was pitched in the deserts, in the dry places. There was no shade to cover him from the scourge of the sun. He wandered in parched lands in his meditations and his prayers. In the day of his showing forth, his spirit had become bright. Jesus himself reckoned John to be a burning and a shining light. That was the nature of his witness, viewed from the immortal realm. It was a light, a torch. You can imagine how much darkness he would dispel if it comes to a locality, because he, in his immortal form, was indeed a light. Not just a light, but a light that was burning and shining. So last year, this my teacher now came to me